So here we go on the gold quiz. Remember now that the key to doing these is to try them on your own and then watch the video. So try a step, watch a step. Take the time to do that. All right, I have 25 centigrams of gold. We want to change to cubic millimeters. Once again, centigrams are a unit of mass. Cubic millimeters is a unit of volume. Density ties together mass and volume. So we're going to change centigrams to grams and then be able to use our density. So centigrams here, grams here, 100. Grams are going to need to cancel. Remember, whatever's on top needs to go on the bottom, so it will cancel. Didn't intend to move that like that, sorry. Okay, so centigrams cancel. Now I need to get rid of grams, so I put them down here. And on the top, I'm going to put cm cubed. If you watch the other movie, you know that a cc is a cm cubed, means the same thing, which is also a milliliter. Our relationship here, it says 1 cc is 19.3 grams. So 1 cubic centimeter is 19.3 grams. And then we need to put cubic centimeters on the bottom. So we need to go to cubic millimeters. So I need to get rid of cubic centimeters. I'm going to pretend I don't know that relationship. So put cubic meters up here. One of those is 1,000,000 of those. And once again, the reason why that's 1,000,000 is because this little cube right here. If I have a cube, that's a little bit of a lopsided cube, but you get the idea. That's 100 centimeters on the side. So you're going to have length, width, and height. 100 times 100 times 100, which is 1,000,000. So now to get to cubic millimeters, cubic meters on the bottom, cubic millimeters on the top. 1 times 10 to the 9th is 1. And I know this number because on this side now it's 1,000 millimeters on the side. And 1,000 times 1,000 times 1,000, length times width times height, is equal to a billion. The final answer would be 13.0. I think it comes out to be 12.95 or something like that, but the 5 causes a 9 to round up. Is it important to have that 0 there? And the answer is yes, it is important to have a 0 there, because you have to have 3 significant figures, and by putting it there it makes our third sig fig. Alright, next question, 50 centigrams, 50.0 if I'm going to be picky about it. So 50.0 centigrams per milliliter. I need to get rid of centigrams. Whoops, that's a C. Centigrams. On top I'll put grams. So 100. Centigrams cancel. Then I'm going to go to micrograms. So I'll put grams on the bottom, micrograms on the top. Micro means millionth, so there are 1,000,000 micrograms in a gram. Have I mentioned that you need to know these metric relationships? Okay, grams cancel. We have micrograms, that's what we want on the top, that's what we have right here, so we're good. Now we need to get milliliters to deciliters. So milliliters are way over here. So on this side I'm going to put milliliters. And on the bottom I'm going to put, I probably don't know milliliters to deciliters. So I know liters though. So 1,001. Okay, and then I can go liters on top and deciliters on the bottom. 1 is 10. So then if you work it out, you get you're going to get 5.00 times 10 to the 7th. Whoops. So 5.00 times 10 to the 7th. Why did I put the 00 in there? Because over here there are 3 sig figs and I need 3 sig figs in my answer. Last question. We have 45 grams per centiliter. We want to get it to decigrams per cubic meter. So I'll put grams here and I put decigrams there, and I know that there are 10 decigrams in 1 gram, because a gram's bigger than a decigram, so one with the big thing, 10 decigrams. And get rid of centiliters, I had to put them on top because they're on the bottom over here. So centiliters to liters, 100 of these is one of those. As I mentioned, you need to know the metric relationships easily, just as fast as you know that 5 times 5 is 25. Alright, so now I need to get rid of liters, put them up here. Whoops, I'm going to change liters to deciliters. So, put liters on top, And I said deciliters because I was thinking, bottom line, I meant to say cubic decimeters. So liters and cubic decimeters. Remember the plastic cube that I had on the desk, and I filled it full of water and put it in a liter container, and 1 liter was the same thing as 1 cubic decimeter. So now we have one more step. We need to get cubic meters on the bottom. See over here, you want cubic meters on the bottom. So I'm going to put them on the bottom here, and the thing that I want to cancel out here is going to go up to the top. All right, and one of these is going to be 1,000 of those. And the reason for that is, here's your little cube. If it's a cubic meter, each side is 10 decimeters. So 10 times 10 times 10 is 1,000. So if you do this, times this, times this, times that, and divide everything by 1, you should end up with 4.5 times 10 to the 7th. Notice 2 sig figs because over here, there are only 2 sig figs. All right, and in terms of units, we've canceled grams, we've canceled, we didn't cancel decigrams. Oops, that was a mistake, sorry. So we'll watch this, erasure. All right, whoops. Leave that there. So we did not cancel decigrams, but we did cancel centiliters. And we did cancel liters, and we did cancel cubic decimeters. So now what we have left is cubic meters on the bottom, and decigrams on the top, and that's what we want, decigrams over cubic meters. That's the end of that quiz.